This summer is taking a toll on our chickens. Come along with me as I figure out a way to cool them down. That's what we're doing today, right here on the ranch. So our chicken coop is a little bit different than probably most. Most chicken coops you'll find that have a dirt bottom to theirs. Ours does not. Ours has a concrete bottom. The reason that we do that is because of predators. This chicken coop is bordered by woods on two sides. And I've seen everything from foxes, raccoons, and bobcats back here. And I've actually seen a bobcat and a fox trying to get into our chicken coop. But with that, one of the things that I have to do is build a dust bath for them. I don't have natural dirt there. And so I grab one of these kitty litter containers and I build a dust bath in here. So we just got back from grabbing some topsoil in the woods. Now what I want to do is I'm going to pull out all the pine needles and sticks and get all this cleaned out. What I want to leave behind is the topsoil. The good thing about grabbing dirt from the woods is that there is a lot of organic matter that is inside of it. I mean, you can see right there. And that breaks down and makes a really, really good dust bath. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some Saturday lime. I use this in the bottom of their coop, and I also use it for the dust bath. They like to peck around in this. This will kind of help ensure that it keeps everything a little airy and dry. So I'll just typically take a couple of scoops and spread this around. So the next thing, I'm going to grab some sand. So this is just normal play sand you can get from any big box store. This will help create consistency that chickens need to have underneath their feathers. And we'll just mix all this up. So the last thing that we're going to put into this dust bath is diatomaceous earth. This is very fine. It's actually so fine you can inhale it. So definitely be careful when you're putting it in here. You don't need a lot, but you do need some. This will really help the chickens when they're bathing in this to keep mites, lice off of them. So this is fantastic. I think I ordered this from Amazon, but something that I would absolutely recommend in any kind of dust bath scenario. Use a cup. It's very fine. It'll create a cloud. And get really close and just sprinkle it. Just want to sprinkle it around, kind of get a good coating, just like this, and that's enough. From there, just mix it around, and you're in business. Just to recap, if you're in a situation where you need to build your own dust bath, easy thing you can do is one, you can grab a container, a large kitty litter container or something similar to it, and you're going to want to put half topsoil, you're going to want to put half sand, you're going to then want to sprinkle some Saturday lime on it, and then you're going to want to sprinkle diatomaceous earth. On the Saturday lime and the diatomaceous earth, just sprinkle it till you coat the top of it and then mix it in. You'll be able to have a dust bath that'll last, I don't know, a good month or so, and the chickens will stay cool with this, and they'll get everything they need just as they were out on the ground getting natural dust baths. So I'm gonna go put this back in their coop real quick so they can start enjoying it. You know, we've had a lot of rain over the last several months, and it's really protected us from this heat. The rain's left us, and man, I'm here to tell you, summer, well, it's been here. The Lord's been good to us and has kept the heat off of us, but it's here. You can hardly get a few things done without having to take a break. Got to have plenty of water when you're outside working, that's for sure. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to bring some chickens some water, but I want to do an experiment. Before we put the ice blocks in, I'm going to take a temperature of that water and see where it's at, and then we're going to put the ice blocks in, and in 3 minutes we're going to look at the temperature again and see what that does. The water that we use, they're gallon self-waters for the chickens, and that helps me because I don't have to come out here and fill their water every day. But the issue with that in the summertime, the water's sitting out here in the heat and it's gonna get hot. So my solution is every day is putting ice into their water, and then twice a week actually replacing and changing their water. So we'll do that experiment so you can see just how good that works, and it may be something that you'll want to do with your flock. I don't know if you can see that, but that is 94.8 degrees. This other one is 93.6 degrees. This is water right now. Chickens may still drink it, but it's not far from getting undrinkable. It's very surprising that 94 degrees doesn't feel all that hot. You know, if you think about swimming in a pool, you know, the temperature of that water may be in the mid 80s, but it's getting to the point to where it's going to be too hot. So now I'm going to drop the ice in here, and let's see in 3 minutes how fast it cools that water down. That one kind of melted on me some already. All right, so the ice is in. So it's 3 minutes later. Let's check out and see what the temperature looks like. So needless to say, ice, as you would imagine, cools the water down pretty quick. So the thing I love about this, it's a big time saver. I can have those freezing in my freezer 5, 10 at a time, however many my freezer will hold. I think right now I have 3 or 4 of them. Every day I can just come out and drop some of these in there. And so now when I get back into the house, I'll put a few more back in the freezer and just keep that cycle going. Overall, this sure beats having to fill these up every day. I have to say, she's one of the prettiest chickens we have right here. Her and her. They're a little wild, but our blue tint Plymouth Rock chickens, just gorgeous. Hey girl. Hey girl. Hey girl. That's Miss Mabel. She's a fat thing. I would have to say that owning chickens is pretty fun outside of the summertime. During the summertime, these chickens are a ton of maintenance. Everything from making sure that their water is cool, making sure that they have plenty and clean water all the time, and also making sure that they're just okay. I'm down in Texas and the summertime is just brutal on our chickens. Our cows, pretty easy. We can put them in pastures with woods and they figure out a way to stay cool. Our chickens, on the other hand, they take a little bit more attention to ensure that they're okay during these hot summer months. So we've had chickens for 2 years now and we absolutely enjoy them. They provide all the eggs for our family. Over the last 2 years, unfortunately, we've lost 2 chickens, both of them for the same reason, summer heat. So this time of year is definitely on my radar and something that I'm watching closely. It's my responsibility to take care of them, to ensure that they have what they need so they're not out here getting scorched in the summer sun. Overall, it's very simple. Keep cold water in your chicken coops. I think one of the biggest mistakes is that you have water in your chicken coop, it heats up, and then the chickens won't drink it. That's like having no water at all. So it's important to make sure you're checking your water every day and making sure that you're cooling it down. You can either replace your water every day or you can do like I do and put ice blocks in your water. You still have to replace your water once or twice a week because it will grow green algae in it. But making sure that you're checking the water and cooling it down, it's going to ensure that your chickens have the water that they need to stay comfortable during the heat. The second thing that's important that a lot of times is overlooked is a chicken's dust bath. Chickens love to lay in the dirt. It cools them down and also keeps insects and mites and lice from getting on them as well. But a chicken laying in dirt is like us laying in the air condition. They absolutely love it. So ensuring that you have a place where chickens can take dust baths is extremely important. And if you can do that, you'll be way ahead of the game in ensuring that you're keeping your girls cool. After you've done those 2 things, and of course all the normal maintenance to your chickens, you just get to enjoy them. The coolest thing about having any kind of livestock, whether that be cows, pigs, chickens is that you get to provide for your own family. You're not having to rely on the grocery stores to feed your family. You're doing it yourself. And I think that's really cool. You know exactly where your food's coming from. I'm not saying that grocery stores are bad, but as you know, the prices are crazy high. You don't know what kind of hormones or chemicals that they're putting in your eggs and in your meat. So if you can get to a position where you're providing food for your family and not having to rely on outside sources, or at least not rely as much on outside sources, you're absolutely setting your family up for success. Well, thank you for watching, and we'll hope to see you next time right here on The Ranch.